we negotiated. And we agreed under clause 12 that future progression of teachers shall be conducted as per the Code of Regulation Part 6. It is it's written. And any government lawyer, any lawyer anywhere will know the truth. If the career progression guidelines were brought into effect illegal without consultation on 2nd of May 2018, how does it affect a CBA that was negotiated in 2016 under the environment of the Code of Regulations and the Schemes of Service? So the excuse that it is not possible to move teachers is a mischievous way of trying to stick on the career progression guidelines. And the way it is designed to deny teachers promotion. That's what it is. That's why they are sticking and using backroom tactics, bordering on blackmail. If it is not blackmail, then what is it? Phase 2 was paid in 2018, 1st of July, all the teachers. Classroom teachers cleared their benefit because we negotiated that the classroom teachers, ordinary classroom teachers, because their benefits were far much lower, should be cleared in 2 phases. Were cleared in 2017, 1st of July, 2018. 2019, 1st of July, the payment of phase 3 ought to be implemented. We wonder where on earth the Teacher Service Commission can wake up and lie to Kenyans that the judgment in court annulled the CBA. That's a lie. It is a lie, a plain lie. And the judgment of the appeal for stay orders has been pronounced by the court. The mandate of TSC is not limited at all by the judgment. The judgment is on 5 issues. Number 1, membership to the union, that all teachers, including administrators, have a right to be in the union. And that's a global practice. And for you, the media, know it. All the teachers in the world are members of a union. All over in the world. Kenya is not out of this universe that it can design, that it wants administrators out of the union. That ruling was given. Number 2, promotion of teachers in accordance with the law, Code of Regulations, Schemes of Service, the Teacher Service Commission Act. And if the Teacher Service Commission so wish to change the mode of promotion, then it must consult Parliament so that appropriate legislation is made. Teachers are not street employees, casual employees. The contract of employment and mode of promotion is also very clear in law. That was contested an item number 2. Item number 3 was on appraisal documents. And the court has directed that we validate. And we are ready to validate. We are ready for a meeting with the Teacher Service Commission. Let it be known. We don't fear meetings with TSC. And we have always said we are ready to meet and comply with the court orders. It's the same statement we are making here today. We are ready to meet them even at midnight so that we can validate a document that will be acceptable to teachers. And the order is very clear. Order number 5 is very clear that, of course, there are many orders in the judgment. And the judgment is here. It is not subject to any further interpretation as parties may wish. And in any case, we didn't take ourselves to court. It is TSC that took us to court. And if they took us to court, they must respect the court orders. We cannot spend time in the courts forever. And we agree with the call from the central organizations of trade union. And even the commentaries from various media yesterday that we must sit and talk. Now we want to take the lead. We are ready to sit and talk today and tomorrow. We are ready. And those are the orders that were given. This, in essence, means that neither Teacher Service Commission nor unions can purport to change the existing provisions in the CBA before consulting other parties. And that is in line with the statutes, the laws that have been given. It is also important to note that the instruments of career progression guidelines were developed in 2017, November 2017. We know they had a meeting in Kampala, in Arusha, and Dubai. End of 2017. Long after the CBA was signed, therefore the tools were never agreed upon as per Public Participation Act 2013, and was still the career progression guidelines were not developed in concurrent with the Statutory Instrument Act of 2013, which is very clear. Any regulations or guidelines that an employer or an institution develops, it must be taken through Parliament. You go and ask TSC, these career progression guidelines they are talking about, were they taken through Parliament? Ask them. If they were taken through Parliament and approved by Parliament, then that is okay. If they were never taken, then it is contrary to the Statutory Instrument Act of 2013. And was still the career progression guidelines, were not developed in accordance with the Statutory Instruments Act. Any labor policy in the public service which is not inconsistent with the Statutory Instrument Act is illegal. It is illegal to that extent in terms of the law. And this one we are not negotiating. We are not about to allow any institution in this country not to observe the law. As KNUT, we shall observe the law. All other institutions must also observe the law. It is misinformation and quite misleading that all the serving 300,000 teachers, 19,000 to be precise, in the public service were promoted with effect from July 1st, 2017, when the implementation of the CBA commenced. It is misinformation. Tell me, which employer on earth will wake up and promote all the employees? It is wrong to use that word, that all employees were promoted on 1st of July, 2017. There are no records with teachers to prove the promotions to that effect. When you promote a teacher, you write a letter. You don't engage in blanket. That was a salary increment. That was negotiated. We only negotiated salary increment, basic salary, and it is an increment. It is not a promotion. And we agreed on the mobility of principals and head teachers, where they should be, as per the job evaluation. And they were migrated to those specific grades. Period. Full stop. That's what happened. We are not madmen. We are labor negotiators. That's our job. That's the only job we did. And so to tell the public that we promoted every teacher, that's a lie. There are no records with teachers to prove the promotions to that effect. Banding, what they did is what you call banding. Banding teachers and switching them left, right, and center in job groups, and even changing the nomenclature of the job groups does not amount to any promotion. That's the truth of the matter. You go and check. Teachers in job group J, who are diplomas, are more disadvantaged. They cannot move anymore. You enter J, stay in J forever. Those who are in K, graduates, fresh graduates, are locked up in K forever, courtesy of CBG, career progression. So where is the progression they're talking about? Those in job group L, they are locked up there forever. That in fact, there is no mobility when they introduce the CBG. But the schemes of service will move them, those in J, after 3 years, automatically to K. After another 3 years, automatically to L. And from L onwards, any classroom teacher can remain in the classroom, but you will be elevated to the other group, to the other grades, MN moving forward. But as per the career progression guidelines, if you are not in headship or debut, job group M onwards is a no-go zone for classroom teachers. So this serious condemnation of workers. And in effect, Teacher Service Commission is saving 6 billion per annum. So all this is about wage reduction, which has been done in a very meticulous, sly, malicious and mischievous way. But we are smart enough. But the court has given direction. The law is clear. Code of regulation. Even if all of us were to vacate the union today, nobody is going to change the code. The code remains as it is. Even if another leadership comes after 20 years, the code of regulation will remain the same. And the courts were created to interpret that. And that interpretation has been made. One would be tempted to ask, what tools did they use to promote teachers, and yet the career progression guidelines were not yet developed in 2017? What tools did they use? Walitumia nini 2017 to talk about what they are promoting? They used the CBA and the Code of Regulations. Teachers were moved to those particular grades, those who were to move, others were not actually moved. The names only changed, but they were paid salaries. TSC claims that under career progression guidelines, the salary grades have been expanded such that a teacher will enjoy more annual incremental credit within a grade. This is a lie, and we have given you an analysis of what teachers are earning. There is nothing about annual increments. It's actually absolute benefit. The picture of 1st July to June, 1st July 2019 to June 30th, 2020, we've given you what each teacher is earning in each grade. You'll get a document. And that does not constitute annual increments. In fact, our analysis indicates that the annual increments still